Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Sejanus, his fall, and we get to hear from Sejanus today in Act 3, Scene 2. Now, Sejanus really isn't falling at this point. His side in all of this is winning. If we look at Tiberius' side and the Agrippina crew's side, Silius stabbed himself in court rather than be subjected to any sort of punishment that Tiberius might levy on him for being a traitor. And then Cordus was also brought to trial, but was able to defend himself by saying that every other writer that has ever written anything about history also said that Brutus and Cassius were great Romans. So they decide they're going to sentence him later, but they're going to burn all of his books just in case. And the Agrippina group is admittedly a little bit shaken by all of this. But Act 3, Scene 2, we're not dealing with the Agrippina group. We are dealing with Sejanus and Tiberius. The two of them are chatting. They're like having a little debrief after what happened in the Senate earlier. And Tiberius is like, that went pretty well. I'm pleased with how this is going. So what's next? And Sejanus is like, we got to keep the momentum going. Next up, we're going to go after Sabinus. And Tiberius is like, shouldn't we go after Aruntius next? And Sejanus is like, no. He talks enough that he can like help distract from all the other stuff that's going on and keep everybody occupied while we pick them off one by one. And Tiberius is like, okay, I get that. All right, I'll go with what you say. And Sejanus is like, I've been in service of the Caesars, of the emperors for so long, and I never asked for anything for myself. There's maybe one tiny little thing that I might kind of sort of like to ask about or think about for myself? And Tiberius is like, what's up? And Sejanus says, I have heard Augustus in the bestowing of his daughter thought, but even of gentlemen of Rome. If so, I know not how to hope so great a favor, but if a husband should be sought for Livia, and he had in mind as Caesar's friend, I would but use the glory of the kindred. It should not make me slothful or less caring for Caesar's state. It were enough to me. It did confirm and strengthen my weak house against the now unequal opposition of Agrippina. And for dear regard unto my children, this I wish. Myself have no ambition farther than to end my days in service of so dear a master. So he's asking Tiberius permission here to marry Livia, and he's doing it with as much humility as he can muster. He was like, I wouldn't even dare to think of such a thing. But, when Augustus was marrying off his daughter, he considered maybe some commoners. So maybe could I be in the running to be a husband for Livia? He's like, having a wife will not impair my duties, my obligations to you. It's just, I would like to raise my house's status just a little bit. And I will continue to serve you, the emperor, for the rest of my days, and just sort of hoping that maybe my children can have something better than what I have. And of course, Tiberius is going to answer in the form of a monologue that we will hear tomorrow. So I'll see you then for that. Mwah.